Alright, let's get back into it. Yeah, it's this one. Feel the quake of the dungeon. It's nothing like that what we used to feel. Are fighting against the nightmare worlds. Leon, I hope you didn't allow the enemies to get past you. I didn't know there was a party going down below. I see that things are going as planned, Eubis. What's with this impact? Do not lose yourself. The more impact we feel, the closer we get to victory. Well, Gith and the adventurers are losing themselves just like you wimps. They will surely affect the enthusiasm chose to battle. In such a beautiful tide, Finn was playing good defense so far, but I'm about to make things change. Hey, called the Joas. The Tamers? Does that mean? Yes, we are going to let them go for a finishing strike, release all the monsters. What was that? Alert? Another enemy reinforcements? A horde of monsters coming from the southeast. Some of them are gigantic. It's nothing like the ones we have seen. Let them come. They are only monsters found on the surface. They may be outnumbering us, but that's not a threat. Seems like something's not right. What the? Our allies are struggling. They are not like the monsters we have battled with. What's going on? No, the enemy. I mean, the monsters are furious. They are struggling to deal with them. Those who are protecting the fortresses are being victimized. At this way, they will take down our fortresses. A group of tamers spotted behind the monsters. They must be controlling them. Though taming is subpar compared to that of Shaki's, but those monsters are ridiculously strong. They have even got wyverns. They must have gone all the way to the Valley of Dragons and brought them here. Still, it doesn't explain why a group of high-class adventurers are being defeated. We are losing allies and there's nothing we can do about it. Could they be enhanced species? They are monsters that are originally from the dungeon. It's just that they were raised in Knossos, but does that make any difference for you adventurers? I had them gathered by those from Iceless. There are monsters from lower floors and beneath. Now crush everything you see, monsters. Those monsters are unstoppable. What's the damage? Troops in the various areas of the city are gone. Cannot be maintained for parties that had been surrounding evilest members. Focus on protecting the fortress. It doesn't matter if the city is damaged. Mainly use magic attacks. The reinforcements of monsters have changed everything. Could all these be enhanced species? That's impossible. I'm surprised you still had a secret weapon that I wasn't aware of. What was that sound? Too bad, Finn. I guess the other battle has come to an end too. Ottarl. You see, this is just dumb. Holy shit. I don't... How are they meant to win? You lasted longer than expected, you brat. Stupidity. Let's go. Hey, are you all alive? Without it, we would have vanished. I can see you girls still look the same with no body parts missing. I must have gotten weaker. That high elf has gotten stronger. You can't avoid it this time. Is doing great too. I'm especially surprised with the little girl. She's fighting the nightmare well. Do you not feel anything? Oh, now time for the dumb dialogue. Everything it sees, do you not feel anything about summoning a creature like that? Well, the noise bothers me to the extreme, that's all. Incarnation of evil that kills deities and destroys order. I'd bear with it if it would be the key to eliminate this disappointment. What's disappointment to you? What's a disappointment that turned you into what you are? You were once a child of the protector of a warrior, Zeus and Hera. If you're just trying to get rid of all the noise, why not just, end it yourself? End yourself, And bother me with noises if you want. I'll let you hear my answer. That was a lot of shakes, but I believe it ends here. Although you were prepared with layers of armors, you weren't even close, you little brat. I do not know what to say. I cannot believe you are the strongest of this generation. You all keep disappointing us. That was not even a chance for a warrior to avoid the fate of being destroyed. The fate can't be avoided. It means exactly as it means. What the fuck? It was necessary for us to snatch away lives to lessen the number of humans in the warrior, whether we like it or not. Our disappointment is about helplessness. Nothing is more pathetic and simple as that. The world and ourselves. What is that supposed to mean? Explain so that we could understand your language. We got defeated by the Black Dragon. The 3 great crests. Now we're respected by deities but for possessing unchallenging skills easily got knocked down. For the first time ever, we have witnessed the true chaos. Everything was smashed, ripped to pieces, burnt, fed to predators. All I saw in the end was a blurry vision of sea blood. sorry. Those who survived would worship as the mightiest heroes, but they soon fled. That's when I realized none of it was right. Adventurers have no resistance against true despair. They are helpless beings who can't deceive the heroes and reach the world's longings. In the age of gods, no one will be able to match the black apocalypse. But then where do these heroes that the world yearns for come from, and how do they get recognized? Can a true hero exist in this generation? We proved the theory that when we got defeated by the Black Dragon, we proved that things were not done correctly. Heroes of the Age of Gods can't slay the monster. In that case, we shall bring back what we most respect until this day. We shall bring back the Age of Heroes. You can't possibly mean the clock shall be turned backward and to bring back the heroic legend. In the ancient times, monsters were strolled around everywhere and the world was ruled by terror and despair. Then humans stood up. They risked their lives to go beyond the limits and face a huge wall of despair to bait their enemies before they got gobbled up. Those violent but valiant heroes of the past were brought to the world by that era, and it becomes the legend of the mightiest. So are those monsters being released for you all to relive the ancient world? Exactly, the world is slowly perishing, and by introducing chaos, I shall turn it into the perfect stage for heroes to be born. Or else we won't win, humans won't win. The black apocalypse shall swallow all, and the world will be lost entirely. For that, tons of sacrifices have to be made for a single chance to stand against the Black Dragon. The last hero shall save this world. There's some logic there. It's been 1,000 years since the ancient times had ended, deities arrived, and humans started receiving blessings from them. That's how long it took for the world to be prepared to battle with the ancient monsters, and this is what we have got. We have been defeated pathetically. 1,000 years of the Age of Gods were proven meaningless. Nothing worked against the Black Dragon. The mightiest man was a legend worthy of admiration. The tyrant woman had divine power. They threw up blood, lost their limbs, screamed, and in the end reigned like a miserable wimp. They were a true depiction of helplessness. I was disappointed in ourselves. But there's still hope. That's what a heroic legend is. The ancient people fought with monsters emerging out of the dark hole without being bestowed with fauna. Can you believe it? The spirits were there to help, but people of that era fought only with their own power and to prevent monsters' invasions. The hero of the dawn gave birth to another hero, passing down the will. And then the hero managed to drive the black dragon away from a warrior, damaging its eye. Heroes of the past managed to accomplish what we failed to do. That's all that matters. Then what's disappointing to you? What's your aim? Heroes of the age of gods were a huge failure. Then we must step beyond the age of gods to introduce a new true hero. For that, we are going to bring back the age of heroes. What are you implying? Are you saying that you are trying to destroy Oreo because I wish to save this world? So I guess you folks also want world peace, huh? Can't we just work together hand in hand to make it happen? That would be impossible. You haven't seen the dragon apocalypse yet. You know nothing about the absolute despair. Nothing will change what we believe. Zarda and I have already reached the one and only answer. No, a tornado in the dungeon. Is it the nightmare? And it's not what's causing it is. You are evil. You are evil, you are evil, you are evil. Why do things like you exist? You destroyed a lot of things, hurt a lot of people, and brought a lot of tears. There are always people crying because of you. Tears keep pulling from your eyes. You may vanish, you may die. That's why I must kill ya. I must kill you all. Nigel? It's the black wind, and skill is synchronized. She's actually doing great, however. There's a crack on desperate. Even a doing doll so can't resist the force. You're killing yourself. Amazing. The Black Wind, what great power it is. No wonder Hera wanted her. Dealing with that thing all on her own. Take a look. That is the power of the one who grieves the loss. It is a superiority that could be achieved beyond terror and despair. The circle of tragedy that humans once experienced. And the view beyond. The chosen one shall overcome sacrifices to reach the goal. And only then the black dragon can be slain. The world can be saved from apocalypse. Prove it to me then. Prove to me that there is greater power than that, and I shall be convinced. Prove to me the power of will, determination, and justice. The sound resonates pleasantly. Only the mightiest ones who's seen true despair can cry and express pain like this. So Leon and fellow adventurers, can you prove justice to such despair? This is just like the continuation of the other day. Relive your past, rebuilding the ancient hero by destroying the world. That woman is insane. I was shocked, but I believe her will is very much legitimate. Don't be ridiculous. Nothing can justify massacre and destruction. It shouldn't make sense. Built upon the truth that only they have witnessed and you know nothing about it. Put it to in silence, believe, though belief is the absolute justice. They are trying to protect and save the world in their own way. The goal is generally the same as yours. There is a very fine line between justice and evil. A truth or a fact can be either, like a flipped cone. Let me ask you a question, pretty lady. What do I look like in your eyes? Don't give me that face, answer me. You're a beast, thirsty for blood, a piece of crap that enjoys violence and entertainment. That's very harsh of you. Well, your concept of violence is a fact, and it's not my truth. To me, you look like a filthy, grayish thin. What? I was born with a deficiency. Every bloody thing I see with my eyes look gray. Plus, people's voices are like noses, and everything I eat tastes inedible. Lastly, I don't even know what smells are. I was actually fine living with that until I realized something one day. What did you realize? I realized that in my grayish vision, redness of blood spilled by people was the only color I was able to see, and it was beautiful. I would never forgotten how touched I was at that time. I wanted to experience it again, but it didn't work with my own blood. Yes, it's got to be someone else's blood. To be precise, it had to be the blood related to terror, anger, pain, and despair. Any sort of negative feelings had to be involved with it, or else I won't be able to sense anything. By the time I realized I was unstoppable, I was stabbing people with knives and hitting them with rocks as an experiment. That's what brought color in my world. My perishing heart was hydrated again, and I found myself being consumed with an excitement. Can you think of anything more unpleasant than this? I could only be defined as a human by what you refer to as violence. If this wasn't a defect of the world, what would it be? I couldn't stand it. Only with violence I could have what everybody else had for granted. How can such inequality be accepted if I'm the defect of the world? The world is imperfect for having someone like me exist within it. I had to revenge on this imperfect diorama by destroying the world. That would be my absolute righteousness. Indeed, to justify my truth, I had to defeat what you people refer to as justice. It would be necessary for this imperfect world to be rebuilt again, don't you think? Detesting the deities, I decided to destroy the diorama they have created and build a proper paradise. Not at all, I just wanted to know that the difference between the truth and the fact. Only then you will have some sort of understanding when I knock you down, no? I'm nothing but a sinner living with violence. Now you know the reason I had to justify myself to being what I am. This is my evil and at the same time my justice. It didn't matter how others thought of me. However, I promised myself one thing. It had to be kept. What I promised myself had to be fulfilled. I would assail anyone who would get in my way. I've talked for too long. I'm not going to wait for Elfie and the others any longer. I'll do it myself. With this sword, I shall end Babel. So you can still stand. But what can you do? You're half dead. You can't possibly stop me. My helm. What was that? No, don't answer me. I can feel it. I can feel how you, my prey, would taste like. You're upset, aren't you? You're upset to the point I can't even imagine. Did the reason that fate got on your nerves, or are you dying to shout at me for being unethical? We attempted to show the world in order to protect it. I had enough of your public stances. I said I have nothing to say about what you just blabbered about. However, I do have a question for you. How damaged are you underneath that armor you're wearing? I don't give a damn about the promise you made to yourself. I can only understand your willpower reflected through your blade. That's why I couldn't understand your will at that time, but now I do. With all your heart and soul, you're trying to be the wall. You're trying to be our stepping stone. You're repeating what the Maxim did 8 years ago. I have no idea what you just talked about, speaking in a language that I can understand, you little bull. Let's say if you are saying was right, but then what's triggering you to that extent? I've been showered with the mud of disgrace and defeat. I'd challenge myself to climb up a wall too huge for me and fall. I'm still weak. I detest myself for allowing you guys to be in my way. How vulnerable I am. I curse my helplessness over your disappointment. That's why my answer will not change. There's always going to be one answer, and what will that be? To take you down. Kid, you won't be able to defeat me, and you will never you will continue to allow yourself to be showered with the mud of disgrace. I'll turn that mud into a block, and that block shall be turned into a cornerstone of conquest. Keep barking, let me hear how miserable your miserable howling. I heard another sound of clashing from the center of the city. Got up on his feet. The battle isn't over yet. Get up, everyone, as long as we can. Hear the clashing of blades. There's still a chance for Warrior to remain undefeated. I command the troops to keep attacking. The king has set fire. Do not let it go to waste. The moment the flame of the city fades, we lose. What are you doing, Zod? Finish the king. Don't let a warrior get carried away. Release the rest of the monsters, all of them. But there's no more tamer. Without them, our allies may get harmed by releasing the monsters. We don't need no tamer. Ignore the weaklings that can't survive this and just let them die. Let anybody one in front of the monsters lead them to the center, or gather all the monsters in the central park. We won't wait for Zod and Althea's battle to be over. We'll break through the barrier and wall to crush Babel along with Ottarl. Oh, the monsters are headed to the center of a warrior. Approaching the barrier in the north of the central park. There are tons of them. Monsters are headed towards where Lady Freya and Ottarl is. Take care of the fortress. The barrier is about to be broken. How devious you are, Velita. Let's go, guys. We don't want to miss the chance of witnessing the collapse of the city. Stop, please. This is it, Wario. Bala. You don't have to mention it. Let me just say a word. It's been a pleasure ever since I've met crazy people like you guys. Goodbye, Loki. And forgive me for not being able to do anything much. I've been a bad kid. What? But let me use this one last opportunity to impress you. Vanna Frey got there, but only in one direction can be defended, yet sending reinforcements now is not a good option. Is that Noel? Hiya! Do you have ammo? Yep, I snatched some from the enemy corpses. Give me one. Prepare yourselves, we are diving into the sea of monsters. Let's do this. What's happening? It's impossible to get back here. You've got to be kidding me, Noel. We're under attack. A small group of enemies is making a rush. What are you guys thinking? Those monsters heading towards the north. Captain Shaki, look. Is that Loki familiar? Godspeed, warriors. Tell me this isn't happening. Since when did agents start dominating our body over our willpower, I wonder? My arms feel heavy, my sight's gone narrow. There's the vision of my ideal self, but my legs like a withered tree growing. Day by day, I feel the fatigue in my body growing stronger than the power of Falna. Exactly, we are too old to become heroes. We may be able to fight for another 3 years or so, but we are not sure about what happens after that. In that case, we'll give it our all. We shall give our lives away in exchange for hopes. It will be passed down to the next generation. We have lived in the warrior long enough. It's time to we take off on our next journey. You all slow will be the first one to get there. Oldies that of Lucky Familiar, you're all annoying as always. We won't let you steal the spotlight. Get back to your stations. Damn it. Yet the main managed to flick away a special attack that was strong enough to slaughter a dragon. What's with these guys? They are one by one coming from different parts of the city thinking they can stop these monsters. Suicide attack, very funny. You're all going to die for nothing. You may be right, but that's not going to stop us. The adventures are following Noir to the center of the city. Seniors of a warrior have decided where they would rest in peace. I'm sure you all managed to babysit the deities well. It's going to be fine. We're all connected with divine blood. A song of adventures that no one will remember of. Oldies, you're all barely alive except to fight and don't do anything useless. No matter how hard you try, these monsters can't be stopped. Babel is going to collapse. Is that so? In that case, we'll do whatever it takes to buy us time. We'll drag as many monsters as possible to hell with us. Vednenta, you're miles away, but I can still hear you. You're quite annoying. Get over here if you want to stop us. Or are you scared of being surrounded by these monsters? Allies, try your magic swords. Archers, get prepared. Kill them. I've got to send reinforcements to save Noir. Everyone else should stay and protect the fortress. We have lost people guarding the fortresses. No one is to leave the station. I accept no objection. Our top priority is to guard the bases and protect the people. Obey your command the wall. I don't want to. I haven't done anything. These people saved me, and they have taught me a lot, but I haven't done anything in return. It's alright, Finn. This marks the end of our generation. This is where we should make good use of our lives. New chapters of the book will be about the young ones of future generations. We want the children ones, but one of you make the whole tale a good one. It's been more than 70 years, geez. I've lived long enough. I have no regrets in my life. Now going for a suicidal attack, taking down several monsters at once. Thanks, Noel. Thanks, everyone. I'm sorry. Again, someone died. Someone passed out. I hear how the screams resonates. I hear roars of warriors dragging monsters to hell with them. All I hear are cries. There are corpses lying miserably everywhere on the ground. How stupid, how helpless. Why isn't anyone with me? Why is no one following me? What are you waiting for? Take down the Babel this instant. Let those fools struggle. They still won't be able to stop the monsters. Destroy the barrier now. Lights surround the Central Park and it blows away monsters that come nearby. They are shattered to pieces. What are you talking about? A flash of light. The chariot keeps circulating. I'm faster than the wind, faster than anything. I get myself damaged like an idiot as I smash everything that gets close to the barrier. My fingers are broken, my head is cracked, I keep bleeding. But what the hell, I'm a chariot. Limitation is not in my dictionary. The veterans helped us to buy time, and they are trying to let us survive. I would use that for sprinting with all my might. This is stupid, this is helpless, so you all go down, and I'm going to turn it into a trail that leads to the future. Devote your life to me. Surpass me and surpass that bastard. Be the conqueror, Ottarl. It was a powerful shake. Yet the man managed to flick away a special attack that was strong enough to slaughter a dragon. He was a monster. The man staying in front of me. Front was a true war demon. The man's been hunting more than anyone else, and he was about to do it again. Its fangs were so sharp you can get harmed with just a touch. One may fight with all their might, but they won't stand a chance. Even by going beyond the limit, they still won't be able to defeat him. For the first time ever, my legs trembled with terror as I heard this roar and saw his bloody drooling when he was about to gobble me up. I've done everything I could. I knew the tactics are of no use. I'm inferior to him in every way in terms of status. I have all the conditions for losing this battle cleared. The only weapon left for me right now would be my willpower. I was shamefully muddied. I rage for letting my goddess's name get disgraced, but I will use it all for willpower to win this battle. I was always alone. I fought for my goddess, and I sought for strength for my goddess to beat myself up, to become stronger. I've always fought alone. There's no regret, no honor. I've only sought the necessary. I had to train myself to go beyond the limit in order to reach the unreachable. For the first time ever, I listened to the voice of others. For the first time, I witnessed someone's death with admiration and respect. I desired victory, not just for the glory of my goddess, no, for pleasing myself. I desired it for others. I realized one's power had turned into everyone's power. I hear the blades clash and warriors roar as they risk their lives. The voices resonate throughout the entire area, the city of heroes. One tells me to become a hero, souls ascend into the sky asking me to become a hero. I was triggered. I knew I won't collapse as long as I can hear them. I wasn't interested in being called a hero though. There's this weird sense of passion drifting up within my heart. I feel my limbs throbbing. Why is that these desperate roars incite me? I don't get it, but it's fine. For now, I'm going to turn that unknown willpower into my power and defeat the mightiest that stands before me. Ottarl, the king, we're counting on you. You're our hope. You can do it. I hope you would hear me. Make it happen. Forgive me, goddess. Forgive me for being a fool that is about to fight for someone other than you for the first time. Stolen compassion, golden plains. It is my fate to serve as a boot of war, one through carrying the divine will of the goddess. Heldis Vini. Hear me war, I am granted only one chance to witness the most destructive strike I can deliver. Forgive me, Father, for I am to swallow the last supper of the gods. devour ton of hellfire, thrust fury fanes, way ambrosia. The enemy's flaming vortexes tried to swallow the golden strike. Sword is wielded, and the field is flooded with fire. It doesn't matter, I am raging. With all my might, I wipe every enemy that I see. Go, don't stop. Surpass yourself, Ottarl. You can do it, Ottarl. Go and win this fight.